A guy I know made $340,000 last year. He still checks the price of eggs before he buys them. Another guy I know makes $71,000. He just paid off his house. Something isn't adding up here, right? We've been taught that net worth is a math problem. Earn more, spend less, repeat. But that's not what's actually happening in either of these stories. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand the real machinery behind wealth. The quiet, boring, almost invisible habits that separate people who look rich from people who become rich. There's a moment I want you to sit with. It's 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. A 28-year-old software engineer is lying in bed, scrolling his banking app, and he feels this tight, low-grade dread. Not because he's broke, but because he genuinely has no idea where $4,800 of his paycheck went last month. He's not irresponsible. He's not lazy. He's just never been taught the two things that actually matter here. And I promise you, we're getting to both of them. But first, I need you to understand why almost everyone gets this backwards. Here's the sentence that changes everything. Rich people don't budget less than you. They just make fewer decisions. Sit with that for a second because it sounds wrong. We picture wealthy people as disciplined, willpower-driven machines, tracking every dollar like a hawk. Almost the opposite is true. The people quietly building real net worth have engineered their lives so that the good financial decision happens automatically before willpower is even required. This is habit number one, and it's the foundation everything else sits on. Automating the decision, not the discipline. Think about a 28-year-old. We'll call her Priya, she's a nurse in Ohio, who set up one thing 4 years ago. The day her paycheck hits, 20% leaves her checking account within 11 minutes and lands somewhere she can't easily touch. She didn't decide to save this month. She decided once in 2022, and then she never had to decide again. That's the entire secret. Willpower is a finite resource. You'll hear this in behavioral economics circles constantly, but a system doesn't get tired at 9 p.m. when you're scrolling a shopping app after a rough day. Priya's bank account doesn't know she's tired, it just moves the money. Compare that to the guy earning six figures who means to invest but keeps meaning to start next month. Every single month, he's relying on motivation showing up on payday. Motivation is unreliable. Systems aren't. Now here's where it gets interesting because habit number two is going to sound like the opposite of frugality, and it kind of is. Rich in the making people spend aggressively on some things and ruthlessly cut others. It's never balanced. It's lopsided on purpose. They'll drop real money on a course, a mentor, a good chair for their home office, a plane ticket to a conference where 3 people might change their career. And then they'll drive a car for 11 years and never think twice about it. Most people do the reverse. They agonize over a $60 latte and then finance a car they can't afford because the monthly payment felt fine. The habit isn't spending less, it's spending on asymmetry. Things that compound versus things that just disappear. This is where I want to bring in something most people have never actually read, but everyone half remembers hearing about. The idea from the Millionaire Next Door that most actual millionaires in America don't look like millionaires. They drive Toyotas. They live in the same house for 20 years. Meanwhile, the guy leasing the German SUV is often 3 missed paychecks from a real problem. Wealth quietly hides. Broke loudly performs. And that reframe should sting a little, because we've all done it. We've all bought something to look like we're winning instead of buying something that makes us actually win. So here's your second open loop closing. Remember I told you 2 things stood between that engineer and financial peace? The first was automation. The second is this. He has no idea what his money is for. Not in a vague save for retirement way. I mean literally, specifically does not know. And that brings us to habit number 3, which is the one almost nobody talks about because it's not sexy enough for a headline. Rich in the making people give every single dollar a job before it arrives. Not a strict budget with guilt attached to every purchase that fails for almost everyone within 6 weeks, and you know this if you've ever tried it. I mean something closer to what a shopkeeper does, and I mean this literally. I watched my uncle run a small hardware store for 20 years and he had 4 jars behind the counter. Supplier money, rent money, His money, growth money. Every rupee that came in got dropped into a jar within the hour before it could get borrowed mentally for something else. He never had a dramatic month. He never had a catastrophic one either. 40 years later, he owns the building he used to rent. That's what a job for every dollar does. It removes the ambiguity where bad decisions live. Ambiguity is where net worth goes to die, that vague mental space where you're pretty sure you have enough for the thing you want to buy. Rich in the making people kill the vagueness. They know to the dollar what's spoken for and what's free. And when money is fully accounted for, spending stops feeling like anxiety and starts feeling like choice. Now, pause with me here, because I want to reward you for staying this long with something most people genuinely don't know. A study repeatedly cited in financial psychology circles found that people who check their bank balance before making a purchase spend meaningfully less over time than people who check it after. The habit isn't spend less. It's look first. That single behavioral flip, looking before you buy instead of after, is worth more than almost any budgeting app you'll download this year. Which brings us to the habit that quietly wrecks more people than any other. And it's not spending at all, it's comparison. Habit number 4 is protecting your peripheral vision. The 28-year-old engineer we talked about, he's not overspending because he's careless. He's overspending because his group chat just went to Cancun, and his coworker just posted a new watch, and some invisible internal scoreboard in his brain is screaming that he's falling behind. Nobody in that group chat is showing their debt. Nobody posts their minimum payments. You are constantly comparing your full financial reality to everyone else's highlight reel. And that gap, that exact gap, is where net worth quietly bleeds out of otherwise smart people. The people actually building wealth make a strange, almost anti-social decision. They opt out of the comparison game entirely. Not out of superiority, out of self-preservation. They understand that every financial decision made to keep up with someone else is a decision made by someone else using your money. Here's the turn, though, the part that changes how you'll see all of this. You'd think the common thread through all 4 of these habits is control. Automating, prioritizing, budgeting, protecting your focus. It sounds like a tight, white-knuckled grip on money. But it's actually the opposite. Every single one of these habits exists to remove control from the moment of temptation and hand it to your calmer, smarter, past self. Rich in the making people aren't more disciplined in the moment. They're smarter before the moment ever arrives. They rig the game in advance so that 11 p.m. scrolling Amazon you never even gets a vote. That's the whole secret. It was never about willpower. It was about timing. And once you see that, the rest of the habits basically build themselves. Automate your investing so the decision is made before doubt shows up. Track net worth quarterly instead of daily, because daily tracking creates anxiety and quarterly tracking creates clarity. You want the mountain view, not the pebble view. Increase your savings rate every time your income rises, before your lifestyle notices the raise even happened. This one habit alone, done consistently for 10 years, is the quiet difference between 2 people earning identical salaries ending up in wildly different places. Build one skill a year that makes you harder to replace, because your income is still, for most people in their 20s and 30s, the single biggest lever they own. Bigger than any investment trick. Surround yourself, even loosely, with 2 or 3 people who talk about money like a tool instead of a trophy, because you will unconsciously average yourself toward the 5 people you're closest to every single time. None of this is dramatic. None of this will make a good Instagram story. Nobody's going to see your automatic transfer and be impressed. That's exactly why it works. Because almost everyone is chasing the version of wealth that gets noticed, and almost nobody is quietly building the version that lasts. Go back to that nurse, Priya. 4 years into her system. She's not rich yet. Not in the way people picture rich. But she is, for the first time in her adult life, not afraid of her own bank app. She opens it now the way you'd check the weather. Mild curiosity, no dread. That feeling, that specific, quiet feeling of not being afraid of your own money, that's actually the real prize here. Net worth is just the number that shows up later to prove it. If even one of these 10 hit something and you give a thumbs up, subscribe to never miss an insight, and share it with your loved ones who need this. I'll see you in the next one.